want to welcome everybody to race number 1 of Alpha Racing League. I almost said GSR because that's our partner league. And Alpha Racing League is at USA for the first time in the league. Obviously, some people are doing some Kobe Bryant tributes with running number 24 or running purple and yellow helmet. You see Rapid right here. He's running a yellow and purple helmet. A nice Kobe Bryant tribute. I'm also joined by IronX today. IronX, you changed your gamer tag to GSRX. GSR is now an esports team. You really killed it with me changing gamer tags in the Discord, but welcome, IronX. If you could send the stream in the chat, that would be amazing.
I will do that quickly.
That would be great. I want to mention something that is very important about this. The new update for Formula 1 2019 came out. They had the new update for, obviously, career. They had a multiplayer update. They had just updates where stuff wouldn't save usually. But the biggest update for league racing in general happened. You see on the right side of my map, as there's a caution, you see on the right side of my map, there's a track map. Look at that. You needed a track map, to be honest, in this game anyway, or whatever, to be honest. And obviously, I want to show you something pretty cool. I don't know if anyone's invalidated their lap yet, but once they get on their lap, it will show red on the track map. That is something I noticed in the GSR race that honestly helps the commentary. That was really cool to see yesterday. That was something I did not expect seeing from the track map. I didn't even think we would see in the invalid. Obviously, for the first race, it is strict corner cutting. Obviously, 225% races. This is the regular race. This is the feature race. Obviously, after there's a 10-minute break. So everyone who's watching, if you're a tier 2 driver, make sure you stay here when it comes to this. This is a very sunny morning in the USA, as you can tell. Thrasher going really wide on his lap. But Iron, is there anything you want to explain or whatever too? Oh yeah, by the way, I didn't mention the virtual safety cars and the safety cars appear a lot more. It's kind of like F1 2017 a little bit, but way more sensitive.
Yeah.
The virtual safety cars and the safety cars weren't as sensitive. I want to mention something about the GSR. Whoa, Thrasher's on a lap. Kaya, whoa. Whoa, this is not good. They're colliding. And Thrasher has to go off. That is going to be reviewed. Because that was dangerous, and that could have easily caused a DNF. That was not okay. Hopefully Thrasher or someone from the stream does clip that. I want to mention, though, the virtual safety cars and safety cars, they weren't as effective. They weren't as sensitive as they were before. Now, they are way more sensitive, and if anyone goes into a wall and DNFs, usually a virtual safety car will come out. If a car DNFs right on the race line, unlike before, it is obviously going to be a safety car at that point. Trevi has gone to the top already. So, no, yeah, IronX, you could also help me explain with the safety cars and the virtual safety cars. They pop up more. The real racing is not going to happen till at least lap 4 or lap 5. And in an Azerbaijan race or whatever, in another league, Milo Gaming's league, the real racing didn't even start till lap 8. Yesterday, I don't know if you watched the GSR stream, but what happened was there was a virtual safety car with the first two laps.
We had many virtual safety cars.
And there was at least, I counted, there was, as Kaya is retired, there were at least 5 virtual safety cars and 1 safety car. That safety car changed the outcome of the race. Will that be the one that changes the outcome of how boring this race could get? If this gets boring, I mean, there's 14 people. Who knows?
Yeah, there's also very few laps.
You still there? You cut out. Did you include your audio, by the way, IronX? You did cut out there.
Yeah, my mic cut out, sorry. Yeah, I did include my audio as well. But as I was saying, there's not many laps in this race. It's only going to be about like 15, 16 laps.
Actually 13, I think, because this is actually 14.
This is a longer track.
Yeah, this is a longer track because there is there's 28 laps in the regular event usually, and that is Bones, who is retired, and Thrasher. So 3 retirements already. Oh, whoa, Toroso. Whoa. I need to change where I'm streaming because like I can't go on the side anymore with like the track map. So I'm gonna change it up to the top. Yeah. So just give me 1 minute, guys. Middle right. Let's change this.
Out of the bottom left.
I moved it to the very top because, like, the bottom left also interferes with, like... Well, actually, yeah, it kind of does interfere with a little bit of the stuff that's going on. because like I can't really see it right, but I moved it to the very, very, well, actually, yeah, bottom left would probably work better.
That's you.
Yeah, you're right, though. I put top center.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, top left looks so much better. So much better.
Top
That
left.
was a great
Oh
suggestion.
yeah,
Alright,
that
next.
wouldn't do anything.
Yeah. Some drivers are going out on the medium tires, though. I want to mention that GSR Riles is a GSR driver. He is very fast today, and someone who I think could challenge him is GSR Silent X. He is a driver from GSR and a driver from Apex Racing League or whatever, back when that existed. And obviously, what happened really is that he was a fast driver in quali pace. His race pace was completely different. I think he might beat GSR Riles here today off of quali pace, but if the race pace doesn't go well for him, that could be really screwed.
We'll see.
That is going to be something
It'll
that could be a
be-
game changer.
It'll be interesting because he just got his wheel back for the first time in like 2 weeks, so
Oh,
he's gonna be
yeah.
a little bit rusty here. I don't know how much practice he had before this
Rapid
because he is
Extreme.
from Europe, so he didn't just wake up an hour ago.
Oh yeah, no, I
Sorry.
know. Yeah, he definitely got home though like 2 hours ago or something like that. So he definitely
Yeah.
didn't really have the time to practice as much as the other guys did, because I viewed the time trials at like 1 in the morning last night. Rapid Extreme was another one who practiced. Dark Raptor was another one who put some practice
Yeah,
in.
he's looking very
Thrasher
good.
did. Arsenal. I mean, I know Davis 2K7 put in some practice in Grand Prix earlier too. I saw GSR Silent. I saw him on time trial, I believe it was, or something, at least before the race. And obviously with this tier 2 field, it might not be as close as the tier 1 field, but it is close when it comes to drivers making mistakes and battling. Obviously, if Rapid makes a mistake, he could get near GSR Riles. Dark Raptor could make a mistake, he gets near Breezy. You know, obviously, anything could change it. Anything at the moment.
Yeah. Silent X is on a lap right now, not invalidated yet. He's looking pretty quick.
I've not seen anyone really invalidate the laps, I don't think. At least from what it said, unless
No,
it's
that's
just
it.
glitching.
That's good. That means
Oh, yeah,
people
no,
have
there has been
practiced
a lot.
and learned the track limits.
I've just not seen it. Look at
Oh.
the incidents. I don't know if it's just showing up right away, but like at Abu Dhabi, it was showing up in GSR. That's why I mentioned that. GSR Silent's looking on a really good lap here. He's just running slightly wide. He's got to get really used to his wheel. He can't invalidate his lap time at all. But he is looking for a pole time here, and I think it could happen. It's going to be close here. 132 probably?
Oh,
He ran
wait,
wide there.
What the? Still
Yeah,
34-0.
I honestly
Lost
feel
time
like
out that final corner
could've-
and sector.
Yeah, that whole last sector really messed him up. I think he could have been at least 2 or 3 tenths behind Rapid Extreme itself. Rapid Extreme is a driver who's really impressed me. His progressive change with maturity as a driver, patience, and just anything he's had since like 2 years ago. I saw a different Rapid Extreme than I did now. I think Rapid's gonna
Yeah.
have a great, sign of maturity coming in like the next 2 years. Obviously, he's still a young driver. He's turning 14 in April. He's still got to learn a lot. That's the thing. It's not like, it's not like Rapid, Rapid's played Formula 1 games before. Rapid knows what it's like. He raced in F1 2017 leagues with me, F1 2018 leagues with me, 2019. He knows what it's like. He knows the difference or whatever of what he did in the past and what he did now. He's maturing as a driver. He just needs to mature to the point where he changes stuff or whatever on the racetrack or whatever to where he could easily improve. You know what he did that really surprised me, Iron, the other day? He changed his racing line. He had racing line off the whole time. He changed his racing line, put it on, at least corners only or something like that.
That'll help
He put
him
it on
out,
just to
yeah.
get used to him. It did help him out. It got him faster, and I think he might be using it today. I'm not quite sure, but if he is, he's definitely using that pace to use it.
For sure. I would like to point out sector times from Rapid to Silent X, who I thought was going to be on a pole lap. He's just missed the pit lane.
Oh wow, yeah, that's not good. That'll be
Silent
embarrassing
X
if you
ran
did
a
that race.
25.1 sector 1, whereas Rapids was only a 25.5.
I
So
think,
that's 4 tenths quicker through sector 1. Sector 2, 37.6 for Silent X versus a 37.3 for Rapid. So he gained back the time. They're about even at this point.
You know what I was
Silent
gonna say
X
though
goes and has
about Sector 2?
What's up?
There was something I was gonna
Sector
mention
2?
that I think is very important to look at. there's a lot of type of wheel corners there where the wheel really
Yes.
helps. Well, and wheel more in sector 1 that it really helps out. That the S is really
That was the
like
4/10 that
helps
he
you out.
probably gained off
Yeah,
there.
that is probably because like the S is going through there. It's like you're so much more smoother on a controller than anything.
Yeah.
I know Rapid uses a wheel too, but I don't know if he's using it today. That could be what could be hurting him if he's not using it. The thing is that I find interesting about sector 2
yeah.
though, I look at sector 2 on the map right now, and I look at some of the corners.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the exit of the S's or whatever. That's probably the part that could help GSR Silent. But if he made a mistake or whatever, because I was watching his sector 3, they look like very good wheel corners.
His
Wheel
sector
corners, not
3
real.
was not good at all compared to Rapid's.
what
Rapid's
cost
sector
him
3
time.
was a 30.4, whereas Silent X only ran a 31.1, so he lost so much time there, and that's what lost him out from pole position.
You know where I'm thinking he lost the time? Look at where Lyrica Lou is at right now. This part of the track definitely loses you the time. I watched him going through the Verstappen corner, turn 16 through 18.
Yeah.
Through there, the turkey type of
He
corners.
went really
These
wide,
corners,
yeah.
He did, and that's what could have cost him at least 2/10. The last corner, I would tell you right now, that cost him at least 2/10 also. Because the difference with 2/10 at this track is such a big thing or whatever that it could easily change anything.
Riles coming through the final 2 corners to finish his lap. We'll see what
There's
he
Lou
can do.
10th.
Riles,
It is faster.
pole position, 2/10.
133 won. Now, I just want to remind everyone, 10 people get points in the first race, 8 people gets points in the second race. Hello to everyone watching in chat. I appreciate the follows. I appreciate the views. Make sure you do click that follow button, though, because you will see a stream tomorrow of Alpha Racing League Tier 1 at this same track, but 50% race, though, and obviously short qualifying. This one, I will have another stream up later. Later on, I will have another stream up for the sprint race. Obviously, that race will have 8 drivers who score points, but there's 8 drivers who are reversed in a reverse grid position. It's the top 8 who are reversed for that part. But I want to check, actually, I want to check Riles' times compared to Rapid right now. A 25-1 in that first sector. That is something that really helps or whatever compared to Rapid. That is actually similar to CRG's
25.5, yeah.
Riles is only like 13, 17 around that 1,000th of a second faster in that part of the track. I don't even know if Riles uses a wheel, but if that's on controller, that is really impressive.
He is on the controller, yeah. That's an impressive time.
I get that the fact of the matter
I think he is at least.
CRG
Yeah.
hasn't really used his wheel in a long time, but a wheel just really helps at this track. And I'm sure you know that for yourself, Irene, because I know you use a wheel yourself.
Yeah.
I know the
I've
difference
used
or whatever.
both at this track, yeah. I could
I've-
definitely feel the difference.
If you just watch TRL Limitless, if you just watch him, oh my god, if you just watch him and you just watch the way he attacks the corners, even if in the TSRL streams, you watch the difference the wheel makes through corners like the S's at USA. That's why a wheel is preferred at this type of racetrack. We're going to enable the mini-map
Yeah,
for a
tracks
little while. We're
like
gonna look at
this and Japan are big wheel tracks just because they have those technical sector 1s to start out the lap. And if you don't get that line just perfect, which is so much easier to do on a wheel compared to a controller, then your whole lap is pretty much done.
France is obviously another one I want to mention that has been run already this season. That is actually like more of a, wouldn't think it's a technical track, but it really is by the looks of it. It really isn't by the looks of it, but it drives like it. There's people I've seen before who've ran at France or whatever who take advantage of the wheel, because if you think about it, there's at least 3-4 chicanes at the racetrack or whatever, or
Yeah.
at least corners that are like more than 90-degree angles.
Super fast, yeah, super fast, quick changing, like left to right, right to left kind of scenario.
Davis is coming out of the final corner. He goes up to 4th. Impressive run by Davis. He has the pace here today. As we have, obviously, the time delay. There's 2 minutes left right now. Obviously, this is probably a 1-minute time delay, but everyone wants to get out right now because it's going to be crowded. I don't know if you
Yeah.
want to go out later, if anything. I know the track's going to, be more evolving, but the thing is that I noticed or whatever is, look at how many cars are basically, let me look at the full map. Look at how many cars are basically in Sector 2 right now. If you have more of those drivers who come out then and come out near each other, it's not going to help anyone one bit at all. Our
Rapid
Sentinels
through
in Sector
Sector
3.
1 looks pretty decent.
Oh yeah, 2/10 up there.
Ooh, he runs
25-3.
wide. Runs wide. Oh boy.
And if he is using a wheel, he needs to do a better job, in my opinion, at possibly getting what better he is missing. Because he could be on a run for a podium. Our Sentinel coming in the line, 8th. Just barely had a Trevi. Good run for him. And invalid lap time for GSR Silent X right now on his out lap. But is he even going to make it back? Because I know it's like at least a minute 50 right now. But if he just gets stuck behind people, he has an Alfa Romeo in front of him. That's CS6 Hellcat, who is on a lap, who is 3/10 better, and has a 25-1 in the first sector. So we've seen a lot of 25-1s in that first sector. That is really helping.
Mm-hmm.
Did you post and streamed on YouTube? Yes, you did.
I did, yeah.
Good. Just making sure because I wasn't sure, because that is why 11 people are watching. CSX Hellcat
Yeah,
is 8/10
that's
up,
awesome.
and he is on the soft tires. He could be within position, within striking position of this pole. He is a very consistent driver. I raced with him in CRL at this track on Tuesday it was, and I really focused on how he was running the track. He may have not been running it as fast as me, but there were weak points that I had, which were penalties and stuff that he could be changing. There's an orange McLaren there, yellow flag in sector 1 and 2, but CSX Hellcat coming in the line. That's second. Wow.
Second place. Only a
Surprised it wasn't
10th
any better.
down. And he's going to get another lap in, but I don't think his ERS will hold out unless he's that much quicker on this lap.
CRG's GSR Silent running wide in turn 1. I don't know if you were watching that.
Yeah, he's on mediums, which is very
Weird.
interesting. I think he's going to go for that alternate strategy of medium to soft, trying to pounce on them at the end.
Dark
I'll be
Raptor
interested
got
to see how
invalid,
that works.
but my question
Oh.
is, can he make it back to the checkered flag? I don't think so. He's done.
No.
No, he just missed it. He missed it by at
Qualifying's
least 5 to 10
over.
seconds.
The checkered flags are showing, so only the people on laps are left.
CJ Pants is on a lap. Lyrica Lou, the Red Bull driver, is on a lap. Red Bull looking very consistent by the drivers, at least with both drivers, how they're doing. If the constructor standings could help them in their way, I think this will help them, because obviously what I noticed here, there are 6 different teams in the top 6. If you include through 8th, there's 7 different teams right now. Actually, if you include Williams,
CJ
there's
stays 10th.
8 different teams or whatever. Well, that's what it is right now, commentary. Obviously, 8 different drivers, though. That's the thing. 8 different drivers right now in the top 9 or whatever through the cars. So that is a really spread out field.
I want to see how Silent X takes this final sector. If he stays tighter, he does.
He does, and that's what's going to help him. If he could just get through turn 20, I think that's what's really going to help him. He wasn't really
final
committed
turn.
He wasn't really as committed through turn 19, but if he just doesn't run
There we
wide here,
go.
he's fine.
That was
Here he
much
goes.
better.
Yep. Yeah.
Doesn't
But only 2
improve.
tenths down.
Doesn't
He
improve
definitely
position.
was 10th down. So yeah, it is going to be, unless Lyrica Luke can steal it. I know he's on an invalid lap time, but obviously GSR Riles on pole position for the first time. Racing Point doing a hell of a job here. Racing Point are leading the tier 1 constructor standings. This is what's going to help them, their tier 2 driver lineup. And that is an extra point for pole. And he wins the first pole of tier 2. Iron X, you take us through the rundown of the order.
I will. So on pole we have GSR Rouse for the Racing Point, CCX Hellcat reserved for Alpha in second, Rapid Extreme on the Haas in third. Fourth is Silent X, fifth Davis, sixth Dark Raptor, seventh Breezy, eighth Arsenal FC, Los Trevi in ninth, and rounding out the top 10 is CJ Pants. Just missing out on the top 10 is Lyrical. 12th is Thrasher. He DNF'd really early in the qualifying, and then no time set by Beaks Fan and KYA. I don't know how to say his name.
Kaya. Yeah, your drivers are in second and 13th. What is Lord Kiviat, aka Dex Fan, gonna have to do in order to be smart and charge through the field? Because you can't just charge through the field and expect crashes. You got to be smart about it. There's a lot of drivers
he has to
in
make
here
sure
who are at the front who I don't think will really cause the crash. I think it's more the midfield.
Yeah. It's all about keeping your head through the midfield and not pushing people too hard. Because if you start to get on people's gearboxes and you really put the pressure on them too early, and you're just you're trying to pass them at non-overtaking spots, and you don't wait for the DRS straights to try and just get the easy overtake, you're gonna struggle to get through the fields. So sometimes it's better to just sit back in that 1 second window and then wait for the straightaway to try and minimize how much damage you can do to both people's races.
I want to mention something that I think is pretty interesting about this track itself. All drivers on the soft compound tire, though. This is a 25% race, so how long are they going to go on the softs? Because the softs in a regular race last 10 laps. Are these going to last 6 or 7 laps? That's my question. 15 people watching. This is incredible for the Tier 2 debut. This is incredible. I hope you enjoy the commentary and hope you are welcome to follow. I mean, obviously, I want to mention the social media. If you've not followed the Instagram Alpha Racing League already, I recommend you do so. There is posts, usually, at least now, almost daily on there, about any news, about any updates about going on through the league. So I recommend you check that out. The YouTube Alpha Racing League, again. Alpha Racing League with the Instagram, no spaces. But with the YouTube, spaces, okay? Thing is, with the YouTube, we're posting on there a lot more. The podcast, trust me, I know I missed it today.
They'll be back. They'll be back.
They will be back. Yeah, trust me. And I know I took a 2-week break from it, but that's fine. I want to go through the favorites here. Obviously, I think the top 4 are the favorites, in my opinion. GSR Riles
for sure.
on pole position. Just look at him. He was consistent in GSR. He was consistent just enough for pole today. Is Racing Point going to get their first win ever? They got their first podium last week with Alabama Outlaw. Is that the first for them for a win? Ironex, you go to CCX Hellcat.
CCX Hellcat, I don't know too much about him, but obviously through qualifying he proved that he is a pretty quick driver here, obviously. Second place, he's only a reserve. So maybe a team will pick him up after this race if they have some drivers who don't show up to too many races. Obviously, there's 6 people missing from the full grid today, so maybe he'll get picked up by a team.
Rapid Extreme showed a lot of pace or whatever, just in general, throughout the season as a reserve. He showed he can run toward the top 10. He showed he can run through the points. That is something I'm going to be looking out for today. People like Rapid Extreme ran toward the points. That's something that you just don't expect from a reserve driver who is like in a Tier 2 driver also. That's something I want to be watching out for today. Rapid Extreme can make a charge.
Also, watch out for Silent X starting 4th. He didn't have to race qualifying, but we'll see how his race pace is on the wheel. And then finally, I'd also like to put a wild card on Davis starting 5th.
All right, so the 5 lights are rambling. The start is going to be coming for Tier 2. Here we go. And a drive-through penalty for Arsenal. Hopefully he doesn't try to affect anyone from that. But Arsenal definitely jump-started, and he's going to the lead from that. But battling on the focus with no penalties. GSR Riles gets a decent turn, but he just runs wide there. And there's damage in the back. There's cars going wide, but not too many crashes. Not too many drivers falling apart from it. But a crash in the back with the Red Bull. That is Lyrica Lube going into the first time.
Oh, man.
Trevi's going to nearly lose it. What a save from Trevi that was. I just watched that. That was incredible how he was able to keep on to that. But CCX Hellcat is now taking over what would be the lead as of right now in a purple sector by him because Arsenal has an invalid lap time or whatever. Rapid getting past. And that is CJ Pants out and into the wall. That is the first driver out. He's going to be starting 14th the next race, and I don't think he's going to like that. But Rapid is letting people go, and there's a virtual safety car. And Dark Raptor's got a 5-second time penalty for a severe collision with Thrasher. You know, I want to mention
Thrasher's
something.
got no front wing in the back, so.
Yeah, I don't know if it was Red Bull. It was Dark Raptor, actually, who crashed. But Thrasher's got to be careful of Kaya. I know he's really mad at him from qualifying because that's the reason why Thrasher actually DNF'd or whatever. But the thing I want to mention about the virtual safety car as of right now, we've only had one virtual safety car in Alpha Racing League so far. If you go back to Bahrain in Tier 1, you will go back to the stream and you will see, oh, well, actually, if you look at it, oh, well, the virtual safety car was caused by Thrasher and Justice of 4, who were kind of mad at each other at the time, and obviously stuff happened with them. If you look back at that, though, that virtual safety car was caused for a reason. That was a real virtual safety car. There were a lot of incidents this season that I feel like already should have had a VSC or a safety car just alone as we get back to racing.
Green flag's back.
Look at the front of the
that really screwed over Arsenal because he couldn't take his drive-through.
Yeah.
So now he has to stay out an extra lap.
I thought he just didn't go in at first, but look at how close the top 4 is in general, including Arsenal. who is got his penalty. CSX Hellcat has to get by. He can't just hold him up, and I don't think he's gonna like that too much that he is. But he's just getting loose here. He's just losing the back end. Rouse is catching him.
Rapid Extreme's trying to slice his way through the field again, try to re-catch back up to those that he qualified with. Side by side with Davis.
And TTV Breezy's got a chance at the front or whatever, and it got a chance at possibly doing anything with Rapid. Contact! And Arsenal has been passed by CCX Hellcat. That is the best thing that could have happened for them. But TTV Breezy is getting passed by Rapid. These two do have history from back when we recruited in the public lobbies. Iron X, you might have not been there at the time, but Davis is going side by side with Breezy. And he does have damage.
Yeah, I know.
Diving down the inside. Contact.
Oh boy.
Sideways, and that's Rapid out. Rapid, after
no.
looking so strong, is out. There was contact by.
That's his
Oh, and there's
full course
that's the
safety car.
That's the safety car for the first time in Alpha Racing League. See, I think Davis was being slightly aggressive there by diving it down the inside. It was slightly 3 wide. He had somewhat of a car width still left there, but he just kind of went for a move that I don't think was going to be quite there in the end when it was going to be coming off the corner. I just didn't see it be there, but obviously that changed.
Arsenal
obviously
is trying to serve his
drive-through. I don't know if it's going to pit them or not.
We'll see.
My question.
We'll see. Silent X
I do
is
see the
pitting,
McLaren
I would
kinda
assume
coming out.
for some mediums or hards.
Ah, it's not going to serve his drive-through this time. Okay, wow. So he is probably... You know what's going to hurt him? If it's because of these virtual safety cars or safety cars, if it glitches him, he might be disqualified. That's all I'm assuming.
Yeah. That would be really unfortunate for him.
That really would.
Because he could still get points out of this race even with this drive-through.
Oh yeah,
people still have to
definitely.
pit.
And he can recover, even though if he just say there's another safety car this race, or just another VSC or whatever, it slows down the field, and say someone just goes too slow, it could obviously change a lot. A lot of people pitted here. Some pitted for hard, some pitted for mediums. I don't know if the mediums will last that long, but if they do, I'll be shocked.
I believe the mediums will last as long as the safety car stays out till lap 5.
That's
You can
yeah,
make
that's
11
what I'm
laps
thinking.
on the mediums. Maybe 12 if you're good at conservation. But after that, you're going to get that tire drop off in pace. So
But once
I'm
you-
interested to see Thrasher and Silent X on the hards. I don't know about that decision.
Well, they're fast drivers, and Thrasher could easily make a charge through. His race pace might not be the best, but that is something that I think will help Silent more. For the guys who are up front who stayed out, like Kaya, Davis, and Lord Kvyat, Dexfan, who's not really had much practice. He's not done a league race in 5 months. You know, people like this or whatever, if you just look at this basically, like with Silent or whatever being back there, Silent could easily make such a charge to the field. And remember, obviously the next race, the top 8 get reversed. The top 3 right now, if Arsenal's drive-through would have counted, it would have been Breezy, Silent, and Arsenal starting the top 3 for next race. Obviously, people want to get as much points as possible, but I think also people want to serve for the second race who think they have a chance to win.
Well, the second race is also a bit less points up for grabs. It's 10 less for the win, which is significant amount of points. So even though you may be starting first for race 2, you're still not getting as many points as you would if you would charge through the field and go win this one. So
Breezy's
it'll be
battling with
interesting
Silent
to
X
see.
Or safety car apparently.
Yeah, safety cars.
Oh, there's been a collision with Lyric Lou and Thrasher.
Did Thrasher get any damage from that?
It looks like his front wing's kind of pushed in a little bit, but I can't see off right there. Oh, and there's been a collision somewhere.
My
Silent's
camera
battling
shot is terrible. I can't
Breezy,
tell.
yeah. I know mine is too for some reason, but
Someone just lost front wing. I just saw.
Lyric Lou and Trevi probably. That's all I'm assuming.
I think Lyrical is yeah.
Really just pushing on a
Not
safety car. He
keeping
definitely
it.
has damage.
Yeah, Lyricalu's missing. Yeah, and
I think
Thrasher
it's
looks
also
fine.
I think it's also caused by Breezy being an AI right now. He better get out of AI at least when the safety car goes green. That's gonna be an issue for him if he could just stay in AI. And there's another front wing broken off. That's something I was not surprised about. I knew there in this race there would be a safety car,
because
but
there hasn't been too many safety cars in like the history of this game until now. So people don't know how to drive under safety car. You have to keep room to
I'll
each
be
other,
honest.
So
In the 50 plus F1 league races I've done, it's like been around 50 to 60 I've done on this game.
Yeah.
I've only seen 3 safety cars or been a part of, actually no, 3 or 4 safety cars. So it's like a 1 in 15th chance or whatever of getting a safety car, at least from what I've seen. And yeah, Trevi's going down the order because of other people.
Only had
Dark
maybe
Raptors,
like 2 safety cars in my 50 plus races that I've done, so yeah.
It's also a
I
1 in
haven't
25
seen it
chance
that
then, yeah.
much.
Yeah, no, I understand that. And I mean, obviously in GSR, I know you saw it in France. In
Yeah.
a racetrack that, you know,
That, and
you
I saw
usually see the
one in
safety car.
URA at Brazil, and that was about it.
That is correct.
Oh, safety cars in this lap 4.
That is correct.
Going
I
to
was a
lap
part of that,
5.
actually. So that was 5, yeah. So yeah, everyone's bunched up. They realize that. But Dark Raptor and Lyrical Lou have to be careful and riding on people's butt. Because some people are near each other. And yeah, Breezy's getting in the back of Silent. Silent can't go anywhere, though. That's the thing. I don't know if Breezy realized that Silent just can't really go
Breezy
anywhere.
didn't
That's
get
the
damage
issue.
from it, so he's lucky there.
Lyrical Lou, 5-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. But they're going to get going as soon as that safety car does come in. I think by exit of turn 19, they're going to get going here.
Lyrical Lou's missing
Backing up the pack.
all of his left side wing.
Yeah, Breezy's just like pushing in the back of Silent. I don't know what he's trying to do. It's just that doesn't work. But here they go. This is for the start of the green flag.
He's diving
back
down the
to green
inside
flag.
already. CRG just got damage.
And that's really going to affect him. But if he could just stay in 8th position, I think he could start on pole for next race. And probably, yeah. Yeah, Lyric is lagging. Yeah, I'll have to do an internet test with some of these guys after the race because I know some people are lagging. Thresher down the inside of Lyric. Contact. Slightly contact. But will there be more contact? He does have wing damage. That's why I was thinking.
I know Silent
Kaya,
X has
can you
some
pass by
on
Arsenal?
his one side.
And Arsenal is going to have these two battling each other. Breezy and Silent passing Kaya, but Kaya getting in the back of these guys. And Thrasher's going to have to battle him once again, but there he goes. Spinning around in front of Trevi. And now he's going to back up in front of the... Oh, man. That involved both Red Bulls.
Both
He's going to back up in front of them. That should be reviewed. If anyone could clip that from what happened, that was not okay. And Arsenal, I don't even know if he still has his server's drive-through or not. I want to check if that was served or if it said it was served. But he is gaining on
He
Breezy.
should have to. Because he's on different tires, so...
I know.
He's also... A lot of people
I
are
don't know if it'll
missing
count,
left end plates on their wing.
Something we didn't really battle from, or watch from the safety car after the safety cars. Riles is catching back up to CS6 Hellcat. He's had more consistent sectors than him somewhat. But CS6 Hellcat gets like the exit a lot. And Riles is watch him. He's just getting the entry a lot. And these front
How about
four
Deeks
still
fan?
yet to pit. Oh yeah, definitely. Lord Kvyat back in his first league race. He's battling with Davis. You know what's funny? Back in Riles is the fastest lap. Back in HRL, he was battling with Davis a lot or whatever, and he had him as a teammate. That's the thing. That was the funny thing.
Now they're
because,
not
like, he was back
teammates.
there. Yeah, and then they got to battle each other. Arsenal might be going through his drive-through this time. He could still score points from this.
He has served it, yep.
Yep, he is
I would
serving
also
it
like to
now.
mention, after we have gotten through that chaotic start,
It's been more spread out.
the top 4 still have to pit.
Yeah, and that's what's going to
Whereas
help
5th,
Breezy
6th,
and Thresher.
7th, 8th, 10th, 11th, 12th of all pit.
You know what I think is the worst for Silent right now, as of right now, I think, in my own opinion, is the
back
fact
in
that
the
he
P10.
got caught. Yeah, he got costed from that, and he's going to be so far back now. If it weren't for him being so far back, that's what really hurt him. Riles is getting the slipstream off the CS6 Hellcat, but the Red Bull's still in the pit lane, though. They are serving their penalties, I guess, that they got for their drive-thrus, because I know Lyrical Lou and Dark Raptor got involved by Kaya backing up on the racetrack. Something
They
I
also
was
have
going
to
to mention.
change front wings.
Something I was going to mention, though, is I was going to mention this earlier, not to back up on the racetrack or whatever for some of the Tier 2 drivers. Some of the Tier 2 drivers haven't really learned from that. This is the second week in a row Kaya backed up in the racetrack. That could possibly see a possible race ban, because I was almost in front of Trevi. That was involved in both Red Bulls. So he's definitely going to be looked at, because I hope the stewards definitely review their clips, and yeah, they are pitting.
Both
How
dive in.
far is Lord Kvyat going to stay at? He does get a penalty. Strict corner can be really harsh at this racetrack. This is one of the harshest racetracks, especially in Sector 1, but Silent going on Kaya. This is 4-9.
For Silent, it's the race for 8th place at the moment, because if he doesn't get in that top 8, he won't get reversed. because he's
That's correct.
the only
And that's what's
one of
gonna
the
hurt him.
only few to make 2 stops in this race because of
You know what's actually gonna help
damage.
Silent, in my opinion? Look at Riles and CXX Hellcat coming out of the pits. GSR Silent's now going in the final corner. He's not even that far back compared to what I thought he would be.
No, he's
So
only
the
about a
position-
straightaway behind.
Yeah, the only position he really is in is like, if you look at the purple and red Alfa Romeo and Racing Point in there, look at the Mercedes on the full track map. It may seem like 10 seconds because it is, or 12 seconds, but if another virtual safety car happens or a safety car happens again, who knows? He could be in position to win this race or be even on podium. But Trevi's got back to Thrasher here.
So the only ones to not make a pit stop yet are Ford Kvyat and Davis from 1 and 2, and along with Kaya down in 10th.
Trevi does have DRS, but it's going to be also interesting to watch Breezy on those mediums. Can he catch up to Davis? Because he is catching slightly, but when is Davis and Lord Kvyat going to pit? Thrasher here, he is catching Breezy little by little, but he's also losing at the same time. If he doesn't lose as much and Thrasher just gains a lot, I think Thrasher will be in a good position to maybe challenge
Thrasher's
for podium.
feeling the pressure behind.
That's what's going to hurt him, and that's what's been hurting him. So, the front two. Dex Fan is pitting. He's got to be very careful not to cut there.
X-Fan pits,
He's not
and
cutting.
so does Davis.
Davis doesn't really cut too much, but obviously Sir Corner Cutting could have given you a warning for that. But Breezy's going to be in the lead now. And obviously, Six at Hellcat, he can make the charge
That's
to the field.
very
That would really
interesting.
help him. Trevi is Trevi has DRS, and he has a penalty too. But CSX
Now,
Hellcat, look at these
everybody-
guys. Look at how much far he's behind.
Everybody-
He's not too far.
Yeah. Everybody's pit besides for Kaya. So, Silent X fastest
Silent.
lap.
Yeah.
He's
That didn't
gunning
shock
it.
me there. Look at Davis coming out of the pits. This is a battle for 8th.
Side by side.
Oh, whoa. Silent
over
got
and
the
under for
advantage there.
Silent X. He'll get that move.
That was a
He
horrible
should
camera
pull
angle
away
for me.
with his pace. Dex fan,
Or
3
Kvyat.
seconds.
Yep, another penalty.
Sorry, I kept saying Deeks fan. I
I
saw
know,
the EA.
Yeah, it just looks bad or whatever on you, I guess. But does Thresher have wing
Yeah.
damage, though? Because it did look like he did for a slight second. If he does have wing damage, this could be affecting him. Trevi has the DRS. Trevi has worse ERS, but he has the ERS to stay with him that he could honestly pass him. But Trevi's just backing off way before, and they're kind of lagging a little bit. I don't know if this is because of Kaya or not, but if it is, it could be affecting them. Or, no, Lyrical
I know
Lewis, sorry.
Trevi sometimes lags a little bit. But, yeah, I think he's just trying to stay with Thrasher, waiting for a big mistake from him, because right now he's on a podium. He's got the guys behind him are a lot faster, so I think he's
You know
just
something
trying
I really
to...
want to mention that is actually important to this race and that could really affect some people? People have
What's that?
race probations. Kaya is on a probation right now from tier
boy.
tier 1, and he got involved in an incident today. Arsenal was through the drive-through. He didn't cause anything. He had a
Ooh.
probation just for today in general. Riles with
Riles
that
fastest lap.
He is
Fourth,
catching us
I'm
in
interested to
Hellcat.
see how 4th and 5th can get back to the lead. if
Trevi's lagging slightly,
possible.
but he's just letting him go. It looks like, oh my god, what is this lag? But Rouse is going to have to catch up and deal with that. Alright, another thing. Lyrical Lou had a 2-race probation at 10 seconds. Lyrical Lou is currently
Breezy
ranked
3
10th.
seconds.
Yeah, Breezy. That's his first penalty, I think, or second. But the thing is, Dark Raptor's within 10 seconds reach of him. He's able to get close to him. If Dark Raptor can get within 10 seconds of him, that's a point. And obviously, Florian Foy before this race had 10 seconds at USA, but he didn't show up. Davis on Arsenal. This is battle for 8th. Arsenal wanted 8th, and he needs it.
Riles got by Trevi on the straightaway, which helped him out, obviously. Hellcat down the inside of Thrasher. Gets a move done for second.
Your
Oh,
brother
Cat's looking
Iron Axe,
quick.
he's funny. He's funny. He was kind of joking with Milo in the chat. That was funny.
Yeah.
About it's just his game. He can do what he wants or something like that. It's his league, and he's like, it's a real life rule. Be quiet. He said, no, you offended. And I'm sorry. I had to point that out. It was just kind of funny. I kind of like laughed at that in my head. But CSX Hellcat is catching up to Breezy, and this is going to be the battle for the win. I've not checked penalties yet. I think that'll be something interesting once Riles passes Thrasher. We're going to focus on this right now.
I'll check penalties for you, because then you don't have to pause and stop the action for the stream.
And yeah, I just watched
Riles, 3
Riles get a penalty there. I just watched
Yeah.
that. He just clipped the curb or whatever in turn 1. He just got the orange part there, and any part of that orange part gives you a penalty. Breezy's really messing up in the S's. Obviously, around the exit of the S's, 6x Hellcat could pass him, but if Riles gets stuck behind Thrasher, this is also another thing that's not going to help Riles catch up to 6x Hellcat. And I think some team would want to hire 6x Hellcat, who's going to spin! That's a curse right there.
No.
Breezy kind of pinched him on the bottom, and that's
He's
what
reversing.
caused that. Be careful there. Dex fans coming. This is for 5th.
Don't want to crash into your teammate.
That is one of the worst things that could happen. But Riles is gaining on Thrasher. Riles is going to have the chance to possibly pass and get up to Breezy. If Riles can pass Thrasher, this could be the battle for the win between Riles and Breezy, 2 teammates. Riles contact with Thrasher,
Yes,
but
moved on.
slight contact. I don't think Thrasher will appreciate that too much. But Thrasher's going to try to come back at him, but he's just messing up the corner a little bit. And the middle of the corner. It was more
He's on the
entrance.
hards, too. It's the hards.
That could be a part of that.
8-lap
look at
hards
how
versus
close-
3-lap mediums. You're not winning
Look at how
that
close
battle.
the drivers in Sector 3 could be, and look at how close the front 3 are. They are within striking distance. Riles is gaining, and Riles is using no time. Let's check penalties between Riles and Breezy.
Now, I don't want to
Riles.
say it, but I'm going to say
Breezy
it. There's a
has
lap
many.
car down the straightaway in front of the 2 racing points.
That is true, and Kaya has been a lap car before, and he did take out someone last week, but it wasn't
hope
clipped.
he lets them by.
I'm telling you right now, if there's an incident with him in like a lead lap car, I'm just saying it's not gonna be like good for the next race for him. That's all I gotta say.
No.
Like, it's not gonna happen. That's all I gotta say, because like with these featured sprint races, anything we see needs to be penalized like immediately. Because like say they do the same thing again or take out someone again, that is the issue we could have. Look at the beautiful angle I'm showing from Riles. Look at this in Sector 2. Obviously, the 2 Alfa Romeos are getting close. 6x Hellcat is trying to come back at Dexfan. And obviously, having DRS in the straight is going to help them. But they have the equal ERS, but who's going to use most of it? And obviously, Breezy's not using the most of it, which is really going to help him. He's really weaving on the straights. I don't know why he's doing that, but he's going to hit the back of his teammate there. Riles is. Riles just can't get around him, and Breezy knows he's got to battle for his life.
Breezy
right
was
here.
trying to let him know, try not to pass me. But, I mean, that's for a win. I know they're teammates, but that's for a win.
And I know he's gonna.
I'd go
if
for the
he
move.
he could just stay within DRS. Oh, he's gonna try to dive it down the inside. He's just gonna hit the back of him almost. That was close because Riles ran off track because of that. And Thrasher's starting to creep in on this battle just slightly. He's gained 3/10 right there just from that. You know, the hards might not help there, but Trevi's in a position for the podium. If he could just gain, and even Dex fan is too, if he could just gain, he's just in a position for the podium.
I'm
How
going to
much
check
chaos
penalties
has
for you
happened.
quick.
Well, Breezy
have
has so many.
Riles.
Actually, you know
Yeah.
what? I want to mention this. Breezy has so many penalties. He could get knocked down to 6th or 7th and could start up in the front for
If he's
next
not
race.
careful, yeah. Riles, 1 penalty. That's all he's got.
Oh, Kaya
Breezy.
letting these guys by.
Good. That's good. That's good. Breezy
Oh,
has
it's dangerously
12
coming back on the
seconds.
track in front of Thrasher. That's causing Thrasher to crash. And yeah, he's not going to be racing next race after that one. That was dangerous. A re-entrance to the racetrack. That was dangerous. And Thrasher
Caused
ran to the
Dex
racetrack,
fan
and
to
that's
get a
silent
penalty,
around
too.
now. Silent into the barrier. Oh my goodness, that was a tier 2 rookie mistake. And I don't blame Thrasher for that, because Thrasher didn't mean to do anything wrong. He was sitting toward the edge of the racing line. Kaya came back onto the racing line completely there. And Silent's going to be back in 8th, but he's battling with Arsenal now.
He's back to 9th. He's got damage.
Wow, that changed everything. And now look who's up into a podium position. That's Lost Trevi. You know, last time he was in a podium position like this was back in GSR. He was running up in a podium position. He got a podium position before in GSR. Back in Singapore. Twice. Thing is with Trevi, though, he's going to have challenge from Dexfan. Thing also is from Trevi that I want to mention that I find pretty interesting, too, is that he actually had a podium like this with a chaotic race or whatever, with some of the same guys in here, back in Outback at Spain. I don't know if you were commentating that race, Iron, but I know back then in Outback, Trevi got a podium because of how chaotic the race was. He wasn't really a competitive driver. He was back toward the back, but he had some drivers who he was ahead. And
He gets
was just
lucky
consistent.
and he drives consistent, yeah. I don't know if you hold this P3. I'm gonna check your penalties again, because after that I stopped checking. Riles still has 3 seconds. Breezy has 3, 6, 9, 12 seconds of penalties already. Trevi has
So
9 seconds.
He could be dropped down to 5th. Trevi
Dexfan
9
has
seconds,
Dexfan also has 9 seconds, but he did get a penalty for avoiding a collision with Thrasher. So I don't know if he'll get that.
That will be
taken away.
checked. Who did?
Hellcat, 1 penalty.
Okay.
He's only got 3 seconds. And Davis also only has 1.
Sorry,
So
I'm
that's
going to
your
cut in
top
here a little
6.
bit. I'm going to cut in here a little bit because Dexfan is gaining, and this is for the last lap. This is for the podium position. Hellcat got taken out or whatever, or had an issue, and he's just recovering. But Trevi's giving these guys a lot of room, and now it's the 2 teammates who are going to be battling here on the last lap here. They have the same ERS, and they just got to focus on getting each other slipstream because they could pull away, but can they catch Breezy or whatever on track? These 2 are battling.
Well, I
they gotta,
don't know
what they
how
got to
much-
focus. Oh, Trevi lagging. But what they've got to focus on is just not really battling too much because they could involve Trevi in this battle, or they could let Breezy pull away so much if they make contact and go making damage.
Yeah.
They could have Trevi pull away so much, and Dexfan diving down the inside. That was an aggressive move,
Dexfan shouldn't
but he was
do
just
that.
lucky. He was lucky enough not to make contact. That was smart in a way. How he did
They
that.
probably
he
don't
did that
know
in a
the
clean
penalty.
way.
They probably don't know the penalty. What's it called?
For Breezy.
Penalty situation. Hellcat's already got 2nd locked up
Riles.
off penalties.
Leading.
Dexfan,
Impressive by
if he
Riles.
gets within 3 seconds, Dexfan has to get within 3 seconds of Breezy at the moment.
You know what? Dexfan going down the inside. Whoa, running way wide. That was dangerous. That was dangerous how that could have ended, but he was lucky enough not to have Trevi be right on him right there. Trevi is lagging slightly.
Dexfan 3 seconds. Oh,
That could
now
affect
Trevi
check
could get
penalties.
P4.
Silent on Arsenal. This is for 7th. This is going to be for who starts first for next race. Silent going to the right side. And now look at who's in front of them. I believe that's Davis 2K7. This could also be for 6th. Or no, that's Kaya actually. And
Okay.
Arsenal's going to run in the back of him.
Hellcat and Riles both have 3 seconds. Breezy has 12 seconds. Dexfan also has 12 seconds, but Trevi only has 9.
You know what?
So
really
Trevi's
gonna
just
help
gotta
them?
stick with these guys.
If Hellcat could actually help Dexfan catch up to Breezy here, and if Breezy makes a lot of mistakes in these last laps or gets
That'd be a
another
double.
penalty, this could help.
Yeah.
But you know what Dexfan needs to do? He needs to not pass Hellcat. He needs to stay with Enduros. Dexfan knows Hellcat's faster. All right, if he just stays with Enduros and Breezy gets another penalty to like turn 19 or something, this could what be really that affects them for a position.
Final
He's just so
corner.
close to him.
Final
Riles
corner.
denied
Riles-
of points in Bahrain in Tier 1. He was 11th. He should have got points, but it's a win today for Racing Point. They take their first win. And
Oh,
Dexfan,
Dexfan another.
he's got a penalty. And Trevi could possibly steal this podium position away, or 4th at least. But Breezy crosses the line 2nd.
Hellcat to 2nd.
2nd, and Trevi to 4th. Breezy's on the podium. Breezy with an impressive run, hitting people under the safety car. That could be reviewed, though. But it gets and Davis gets
moves
out
up
of
to
Dexfan. 2/10. You know, Dexfan
you
overdrove
kidding
one of
me?
the corners. Even just a penalty right there really affected him.
Tough
Wow.
race for Silent. Hopefully he can redeem himself into this sprint
race,
race
yeah.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to be watching for. He's going to be one to watch for. From Racing Lab will be on, by the way. So we're going to mention, we're going to go to another stream after we get a podium interview. We're going to get one driver. We're going to talk to you about a podium interview. I'm going to call
Thrasher
Riles,
fastest
actually.
lap.
Wow, that
That's
was
an extra
impressive.
point.
That is an extra point, too. That is 3 points for Thrasher. He needed that after what's happened to him. He really needed that confidence. That was good.
Dark Raptor finishing out the top 10.
Impressive by Riles.
And-
Yeah, Dark Raptor does finish out the top 10, but Lyrica Lou may finish behind him. But will he finish ahead of him? He will not finish ahead
No.
of him. Either way, Lyrica Lou had a 10-second time penalty. Seriously, though, Hellcat could have got a win, though, in a way. I want to talk to Riles. I want to see if he's available. Because he deserved a lot there. Good job by Riles. He deserved that. After what happened to him in Bahrain, he ran such in a points position all race. He had the pace for at least 10th. but just because of others' mistakes or whatever, others' gains by the end of the race, others improved by the end of the race, and that's what hurt Riles on getting 10th. Also, getting taken out in the first lap by his teammate too, and he was an Alfa Romeo then too, so that is something that affected him. A 10-second gap for the win there due to all the penalties. That is the biggest gap ever in Alpha Racing League so far. 10 seconds for the win.
10 seconds. That's insane.
Wow.
That is the biggest gap because that's not that much
I
time.
know. There's been 5 races done, Iron, and I just find it crazy. All of the win gaps have been within 3 to 5 seconds. That is incredible just to think about that, though. That this was the biggest gap for a win. I want to talk to Riles here. I want to see what he's got to say. I apologize for Discord anyway. But I want to see if he's going to connect or whatever. If he is going to join us and talk to us about the race. Because I want to talk to him. Just ask 2 questions or whatever. About is this payback for Bahrain or whatever it is. Riles, are you there, buddy?
What's up?
How's it going?
Oh, it's going good, man. How'd you enjoy that race? That was a good one, man.
Woo! Wow.
Now,
Art is racing.
I talked to you about Bahrain before in the past. I said to you, you were denied a points in Bahrain. You had the chance to get points in Bahrain. You at least had a chance to get 1 or 2 points. You were running in a points position a lot of the race. You didn't do that. You got taken out by your teammate on the first lap. You had everything go wrong for you, but you had the pace to be there. What do you got to say about winning for the first time for Racing Point and Alabama Outlaw? What are you going to say for him for choosing you?
I've got to say, it feels good, man. And I'm just glad to be on Racing Point.
That's good. That's good. Now, I know you're going to be starting 8th for the second race. What are you looking forward to the most about the second race, about charging through the field?
Well, I just hope that we can have a full, clean race, no wreck. That way it'll be a little bit more fair at the end.
Yeah, and hopefully, I mean, obviously we saw some guys who were on podium or whatever get taken out. Are you nervous about charging through the field or whatever of what you could expect from some of these Tier 2 drivers who are a little bit more inexperienced or haven't played the game as much as some of the others?
Yeah, I'm definitely nervous. I was certainly nervous the first time around. But the second time, let's just hope everybody can keep it clean.
Now, when Hellcat had his issue when he was taken out, or had the issue he had by falling back or whatever, and you got by him, did you think you had a chance at your teammate Breezy? And what did you think about him weaving on the straights like that?
Oh, man, I was certainly questioning his motives there. I thought we were going to have an incident.
Every driver would,
Glad we
man.
made it through.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys made it through too. IronX, do you have any questions for Riles, the winner of today's race?
No, I think you asked them all. I just want to say good luck in the race too, from starting
Yeah,
8th. So
He said good luck. Yeah, from starting 8th in the next race. He said
that's
that.
also the
All right,
second
Riles.
Global Spec Esports win. Just want to point that out.
That is the second Global
Sorry.
Spec Esports win. That is correct. I'm sorry for kind of bragging about that in a way too. I guess. Well, I mean, you can, Iron. But either way, no. Thank you for talking to us, Riles. Thank you for the interview, the quick interview. We're gonna have the 10-minute break. It is 12:56. We will start the second race at 1:05. Catch us on the other stream or whatever. Riles, thank you for your time and good luck in the second race, man. You drove amazing. That was a great drive by Riles. I gotta say, I would not expect that. Hellcat had the win coming, but Riles kept setting fastest laps or whatever, and he kept impressing us of what was gonna happen for the second race. But what happened to Thrasher probably was heartbreak. He could have, I don't know his penalty situation, but his chance at a podium, you know, I'm just gonna say, Kaya right there, that was not okay what happened with him.
No.
No, that was not okay. That's the second card taken. All right, if you need an invite to the lobby, all right, send me a message. All right, I'm ending the stream. This was the feature race. We'll catch you in the sprint race.